Hey everybody, welcome back to Yarn as a Second Language. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to make this quick and beginner-friendly stitch. It creates a dense, very durable, practical washcloth. It's not very holey. It's perfect for gifting or for using. If you know how to do a single crochet, then you know how to do this washcloth, okay? This is very beginner-friendly, very easy, and it does not take very long at all. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, in case you were wondering, for this particular washcloth, I did use this Peaches and Cream. The color is Royale or Royal, so that is that. I'm gonna set this to the side. Today, I am using a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I just got an extra little bit of yarn here. Go ahead and pull some out. Now, to make a washcloth this size, you're going to chain, your foundation chain is going to be 35, but for today's video, I am only going to do 15, just for video purposes. So like most projects, you start by making a little slip knot. You make it however you want to. Put your yarn on your hook. All right, let me zoom in for you, get nice and close for you. All right, so like I said, for the washcloth size, go ahead and chain 35. For today, I'm only gonna do 15. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we got my chain of 15 there. Next thing you want to do is in the second loop from the hook, you're going to do your single crochet. So there's the first, there's the second, this is the one we're going to go into. So you insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over and pull through. So you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through both loops. You just created a single crochet. And you're going to continue on till you get to the end of that row. So yarn in, yarn over, and pull through. Nice and simple. And like I mentioned before, if you know how to do a single crochet, you can definitely do this stitch. And also, if you hear some background noise, that's my son. He was upstairs nice and quiet for about an hour, and right when I decided I want to do this is when he decided he needed to come downstairs and make as much noise as he possibly can. But you know what? This is real life, so this is what we're working with today. All right, we're a little over halfway done. And if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video, finish your row. Grab a little bit more yarn here. And pro tip, you want to make sure you count, okay? You want to make sure you're not skipping stitches. You want to make sure when you get to the end of the row that you do find that last stitch, because it can be kind of easy, as you can see. This may not look like a stitch, but it is a stitch, and it is the last one. All right, so we're at the end of the row. If you need to, you can give that just a little tug, okay, just to tighten it up a little bit. But this is what we're looking like so far. So at your end of the row, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, okay? Then you're going to turn your work. And then again, in the second stitch, you're going to make your single crochet. But instead of going through the entire stitch, we're going to go through the back loop only, okay? So here's our first stitch here. Our second one is there. So back loop only means this right here is one we're going to go into. The full stitch looks like this, where the V is on your entire hook. We're not doing that. We're gonna go through the back. So you go through the back loop and create your single crochet. Now at your next stitch, which is right here, okay, we're going to go through the front loop. So the front loop is right here. We got the back here, and we got the front here. So we're gonna go through the front. and do your single crochet. We're going to alternate all the way back to the end of our row. So now we got our back loop, and then in the next stitch we're going to do our front loop, and continue to alternate until you get to the end of your row. So with this pattern, there's not a whole lot of thinking involved. This is a good one to watch a TV show, or in my case, baseball or football. You don't have to pay attention a whole lot. It's a little bit mindless, but if you do lose which stitch you were on, you just have to undo your last one or two to see, you know, where you were at, and then just pick up where you were. I kind of have a rule in my head where if I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop on a back stitch like this, so I always begin with the front stitch. All right, so speaking of front stitch, your last stitch should always be a front loop stitch. I'm on my last stitch, okay? A good way to see the stitch, a lot of time when you're working is like this, right? Just kind of turn it, and you want to make sure you see that entire space. So you're going to do a front loop single crochet, and that is your last stitch for that row. Okay, that's what we're looking like. Just like before, we're going to chain one, turn our work. You're always going to start with a back loop single crochet. You're going to end with a front loop single crochet. All right, so same thing, back loop single crochet. Oops, lost my yarn here. There we go. And then a front loop single crochet. So let's just say you're crocheting along, you get a little bit distracted, or you stop and you're not sure which stitch you're on. All you gotta do is just remove your hook, just undo one stitch, and you'll see, okay, this is a little raised up and it's in the front. So you know to continue on using that front loop single crochet, and it'll be the same way with the back loop single crochet. Just gives you a good idea of where you stopped at. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I know you guys don't need to see me do this anymore, I'm sure you've got the hang of it, I'm going to complete about, I don't know, 5 rows. If you are doing a washcloth and you started with the foundation chain of 35, you're going to do about 35 rows or so. You just want to measure it to make sure it is a perfect square. That's how you know. Or if you want to do a rectangle, it's whatever shape you decide to do. That's how you know when you're at the end of your project. So about 35 rows if you're using 35 stitches. And for this one, I'm going to do about 5 rows, and I will meet you guys at the end. Okay? All right, so I am wrapping up my last row. I'm going to go ahead and finish this row with you all, because I want to tell you, this is, I'm sure as you're working on it, you're realizing that, you know, this is a dense washcloth, okay? Not a lot of holes. This is good for actual using, okay? Not just for show or something to sit on. You can actually use this to scrub dishes, your body, whatever. And your fingers won't be poking through it. Oh. And also, good thing is it does grow rather quickly, even though you're just using, did not get that whole stitch, there we go. Even though you're using single crochets, it oddly grows faster than you typically would see a single crochet project grow. All right, as you can see, I'm on my last space here, my last chain. It is a front post single crochet. And here we go. It's going to curl a little bit because it is a very, very small project. Pardon my son in the background. This is about what you should be looking at. You should have nice straight edges, okay? That is important. And yeah, so all you got to do now to finish off your work, let me grab some scissors. All right, when you reach the end of your project, you're just gonna crochet one more, and then you can cut your work. Okay, pull that through and just give that a nice little tug. Okay, and you will want to get your needle and weave in your 2 ends here, or however many ends you've got if you're changing colors, okay? So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you find this as easy as I did, as it's intended to be. Like I was saying earlier, you know, this is a dense washcloth. You can see I'm trying to poke my fingers through and it's just not going through.
Gummy.
Okay, hold on, bud.
Gummy.
So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Okay, 1 second. I'll get you a gummy. You need a snack?
Snack.
Okay, I'll get you a snack. Thank you guys for watching. Apparently, I gotta get my son a snack. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys at the next video. Say adios. Hey, say adios. Say see you soon. Whatever. All right, I'll see you guys at the next video. Adios.